Welcome back to another Canon Quick Shot, a quick review of a non-comic book or superhero movie. Today I'm looking at Sleight with that kid from Collateral Beauty that played Time. So anyway, this is a movie about a young kid who loses his mom and is forced to put off school to take care of his younger sister. And to do this, he performs street magic to get money during the day, and he sells drugs at night at clubs. So the premise, really good. The idea of this kid that is really into magic, but is using it as a way to keep things together. As you know, with drugs, things go bad, and so he's forced to use his magic to get out of his situation. So I feel I should say this up front. I don't feel this is a spoiler. This is kind of a warning. If you're going into this movie expecting a sci-fi type deal, then I wouldn't go. This is not exactly that at all. It's no real sci-fi. There's no real powers throughout the movie. It's more about his life as a street magician. So that's just kind of a warning. But with that being said, I would go see it. I wouldn't rush out to go see it, but I would definitely go see it at some point in the theater. It's a nice communal experience, I think. Of course, a lot of the black people came out to support the movie, and everybody kind of got the same jokes at the same time, and we all kind of rode that wave together. It reminded me a little bit of Get Out, not, of course, as much of a thriller, but just kind of Get Out, how the whole crowd kind of felt the same thing at the same time. So I would definitely say go out and see it at some point in the movie theater. Bring some friends or whatever. But overall, really like this movie. I felt a lot of different things. There's a little bit of Moonlight in there. There's a little bit of Gifted in there, which is a movie I love. A lot of bit of different movies. And I felt like overall they executed the premise very well, because the premise and the concept is what kept me in the movie, is the reason that got me to the movie. And even though they kind of changed it up on you and did some things you weren't expecting, I still think they executed pretty well. The only problems I really have, because I don't have many negatives to think about, but I just think overall they didn't go deep enough into any part of it, whether it was the drug life part, or whether it was the magician part, or whether it was kind of his tragic backstory, or the other character's backstory. So I felt like it was very surface level. It was very like movie drug dealer type and drug dealer type world. And there's parts where it's like, okay, they gave a little real stuff, a little flavor of the real in there. Like, oh yeah, we know. If you about that life, we know. But they didn't go far enough, I don't think. And so while it kind of played really well over the broad spectrum, it never hit deep into any certain point of the movie. So that was my only real negative, because everything else I really liked. I really liked the performances. Of course, I liked the story. I liked the way it was shot. It was very small. There's probably less than 15 characters in this movie. So really small, like type movie that you can enjoy and get into. But yeah, I just feel like they didn't go deep enough. So I ended up giving it a 75 out of 100. Really solid movie. It could have been better, but there's no real flaws in the movie. It's pretty enjoyable from beginning to end, I would say. And I don't want to do a spoiler. I don't want to do a spoiler. I just say stick around for the end, and you can feel one way about that. And then the change they do with the magic, I think that's really going to hinge your grade on this movie. How you feel about the misdirection and change they do with the magic. And so that's really gonna make or break the movie for you, I think. So if you've seen Sleight, go to the comment section, let me know. Like, thumbs up, subscribe. Oh yeah, before I go, I have to say this, because the main character played Time in Collateral Beauty. And it's so funny, because at the end of that movie, she asks him what is he gonna do with his money. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go buy designer drugs. And then, of course, in this movie, he's out there selling designer drugs. So I was waiting the whole movie to realize he was Time from Collateral Beauty, and it was a connection. It was a spinoff. I was waiting for that. But anyway, yes, if you heard it here, it's official canon.